Hey there. It's evening. It's actually quite late. Well, not late for some of you. It's almost 10 p.m. And typically I am very wound down for the evening. But I got back late. I don't have a topic today. I got some requests to make some new videos. I don't really have something in my focus today, so I felt like doing one because these things can be very cathartic for me, a little therapeutic sometimes. And if I just talk without having kind of an idea in my mind, some idea unfolds. Um, it was a weird day for me. I was a little bit sick this week, which isn't common. I'm not terribly susceptible to getting sick, but I had some emotional stuff, and anytime I have emotional stuff, I get sick, physically sick. And I don't really need to go into the emotional stuff. It's there, and it's been there for a little while, and it might be there for a little bit longer, but that doesn't mean I can't function in life and be okay. So I'm not going to focus on that. Um, so I kind of woke up this morning, stayed in bed quite late for me, did pranayama, did a little bit of yoga-ish type stuff, took a shower, did my puja, and then I ate, and I kind of stayed home. And then it was around 2 p.m. We had lunch, or they give us lunch here. And when I was finished, I thought, okay, I've been here all day long. I really should go somewhere. It was supposed to rain, so I kind of looked out this morning, and I had planned to go to this famous Kali temple on the other side of town, which is quite a long drive. And I've gotten caught in the rain this week 4 times, so I'm quite finished with being stuck in the rain. It's nasty to drive. In this city is the worst driving city in this whole country of India from my experience. And then when you add the rain and the turn thing on the scooter is slippery, and then you're soaking wet, and and you're cold, it's miserable. So it looked like it was going to rain, so me and this guy who lives here also were going to go someplace, and we decided not to. Anyway, by 2 p.m. after we had lunch, it looked really clear, and I looked at the forecast, and it said it was supposed to be, a little cloudy, but not too bad. So it actually ended up being gorgeous, and just the right temperature, not too hot, not too cold, with some great sunset shots. If you happen to see my Instagram or Facebook account that I took, some really beautiful shots. Anyway, so he has never been to Tapkeshwara, which is a kind of an ancient, famous Shiva temple here. So I decided to take him there. It's getting a little commercial though, and I don't want to waste my time going places when the energy is shifting there because the commercial aspect of it is heightening. The area is so beautiful though, so it's hard not to go there because it's really gorgeous. And on days when it's less busy, which it actually was less busy today, it can be really nice, but the energy is different now. And they're redoing things, and they're I don't know, it's making it feel more commercial. And I just didn't enjoy it that much. So from that, it made me want to go somewhere else because I was looking for that feeling that I get from nature, when nature can kind of heal that emotional stuff going on inside. Some temples can do that also for me, depending on my connection to the temple and the amount of energy the temple puts out. So if you head the way toward Tapkeshwara here in Dehradun, you can turn left to go to that temple, or if you turn right, you can go up this nice little kind of not a hidden road, but it's not terribly well known. And it goes through some villages, it goes along this lovely river, and it goes all the way up to an area called Kimadi, and then you take a turn off and you go up to this Naga temple, Nagdevata, they call it here in the Hindi way to say it. And it's on the top of a hill, and it's just gorgeous, and many, many people go there for the opportunity to make reels and to make stories for their Instagram, for their social media, for their TikToks, whatever they're doing. But the temple's really lovely and has good energy, and the priest is really a lovely fellow and likes me a lot. So even though we can't speak verbally because neither speaks each other's language, there's a connection there that you feel, and I really enjoyed that temple. So it was nice to go there because I got that feeling I was looking for from the first place. And we were there for quite some time, probably an hour or more. Then I was feeling I was starting to get hungry and feeling we should go down, because it's quite a long drive. And if you're going down, it's a little quicker, but you're going through the woods and it's a little cool. And if it starts to rain, it can be pretty messy. And if it gets dark, it can be a little bit scary. Not scary, but more dangerous, I guess, because people coming around these curves, the roads in these mountains and the Himalayas are like this. So anyway, so we went down and we had South Indian food. There's a couple places here that have good South Indian food. So I had some uttapam, and my friend had idli. And there's a Shiva, he's from Kashi, and Kashi is the city of Shiva. So there's one Shiva temple I frequent quite often, which I've also posted a lot of photos of, that I never got a chance to take him to, so I decided to take him there. And we went, and it was quite nice, really beautiful experience. So it ended up being a shift in the way my day began, the way I was feeling in here. Oh, well, not here so much as here. This was dampening this, and so to get that feeling kind of expunged was nice. It's kind of been a lot of feelings going on this last week, and I would say a lot of uncertainty. From here, in about a month, I'm supposed to go home to Mysore to live with Guruji again until my visa runs out in mid-February. I've had a lot of contemplations about kind of just figuring out how to stay and be a sadhu. There's got to be some sort of visa that allows for that. Or, there's ways to doing it illegally option, but I don't really want to do that if I don't have to. And I would like to have Guruji's house as the base because I really enjoy living there. Of course, that means I'm wanting to get in touch with him and he's not being available to me, which happens about once a year or a couple times a year. He goes through a phase, if I'm not there with him. If I'm there with him, he's in the next room, I can always go see him. But he goes through a phase where he's busy and doesn't respond so much, and then that makes me anxious and feel crazy, and I don't like to be anxious and feel crazy. So hopefully he sees this and gets the message. I've been talking to his son and to a couple other people and trying to put a nudge, but when you nudge somebody that's in that caliber, that's in your life, especially tantric people, the more yoga people are like that also. Sharath used to be like that. When you wanted something, he took a step back and even gave you less attention. And since I'm wanting it so bad, I'm sure that's why Guruji is stepping back. And so that adds a little bit of fuel to the fire already of this anxiety. Not anxiety, I'm not anxious, but having the emotional feelings going on. I'm also at this stage of my life where I'm really tired of being concerned with money. I'm not trying to whine about it at all. Most people know I have a lot of issues keeping money together, and typically I pay all my things, but I have a couple things I owe right now, and that bothers me. And I would love to kind of get it all taken care of and have enough fun money. So in the back of my mind that says, if I want to do it and do it properly, that means I need to leave India and go back to the US where I can work legally and make money and save it and blah, blah, blah. Now, from everything I know when I go there and everything I hear about the way the financial situations are now, is everything's costing so high that I would go there and have a horrible time getting an apartment or affording apartment. Getting might be easy, but affording is a different thing. Working, I can typically teach anywhere, and in certain places where I'm more well known, I could make decent money teaching yoga. But then I can also get a job somewhere and just kind of say fuck it and get the job and, just be a regular person, do all my practices in private, and then let them be my own private kind of sadhana growth situation without it being public as much as it is most of the time. So there's the thoughts that are going on like that, which actually could work and could be a good thing for me. But then there's the thoughts of, I don't really want to go back to the US. I don't mind it when I'm there. I'm not going to say anything bad. Because I usually end up not having bad situations. I usually end up being okay, enjoying whatever's going on in my life. Sorry, I'll close this door. And but I'm really generally happier and at home and have more of a feeling of belonging when I'm in India. So as much as I can, I really, really want to stay here. I don't know what to do about that. I would love to be able to get some kind of a permanent residence or some kind of a citizenship or some kind of a work visa that allowed me to stay longer, something that I don't have to worry about doing all this, having enough money to leave the country every 6 months and buy a new visa and come back, or having to worry about where the next bit of income is going to come from because I'm here. If I'm here and I'm legally here and I'm allowed to work here, it wouldn't be so hard for me because I have people all the time asking me to teach them. I have people all the time asking me to mentor them with yoga, with tantra, with different stuff. And I know I could make a decent living if I was able to do it legally here. So that's another thing in my mind. A little bit lately, I'm missing my family. I'm kind of not the typical person who misses people very often. But lately I've just thought about my mom a lot, and I've thought about my aunt and my sister and my niece and nephew and my dad's side of the family even I thought about, and my dad is there, just little bit of loneliness is the word that came in my brain. I'm not lonely, but there's something with blood, the blood family, where you don't always like them and you don't always get along with them, but at some point you have to accept that they are your blood family and you have to kind of move into a better space with it. Now, a lot of people don't do that. I get along with my family, I think mostly. I like my family mostly. So going back to the US would give me the opportunity to possibly be near them or visit them and see them again. So that puts a lean toward that direction. if I had a great offer in the US, like I had in 2019, where I could, the person flew me there and paid me and gave me a space to live and a vehicle to drive, that would be ideal because that's kind of, I need all those things. And most people in most situations need all those things because in the US, some places in the U.S. there's the ability to have public transportation that works really well, like New York, like Chicago, but not most places. Most places you need a car and you need a place to stay, and I don't need fancy places to stay. I'm never unsatisfied with wherever I'm staying. So that would be lovely to have that happen. And I did manifest that before, so I wonder if I need to kind of sit and focus and create some manifestation vibrations going on in my mind. But I also have to make peace with going back again. And at this point in time, in 1 month, I should be going back to Guruji's, and I'm ready for that. Now, when I'm there, maybe I would get the feeling for sure if I needed to go or stay. And maybe I would get some more insight as to how to stay in India with a little bit more ease. I don't know. This is just a lot of rambling, thinking about things, processing things. I do a lot of mantra work. I do a lot of asana. I do a lot of things that bring me awareness and focus in my mind. And yet right now I'm feeling lost is the wrong word. It's not that strong. I'm just feeling without direction. And I need some idea to click in there. So I'm kind of putting that out there. If you're listening, God, help me with a little bit of insight. And thank you, if you watch this, for listening to me whine a little bit, or a lot, whatever your opinion of it is. And just listening, because like I said at the beginning, this type of medium can be very cathartic and therapeutic sometimes. Just getting it out of your brain, keeping it locked in there sometimes can feel so oppressive. And I have felt a lot of different feelings this week, and oppressive is one of them. So I was ready to get some stuff out. Even though I didn't really say that much, it's not like I have a big block going on. I just have a few little things nagging at my frontal lobe, I guess. Okay. Thank you for listening. I had a lot of good suggestions before. If you have any idea what you would like for me to ramble about, please leave a message and let me know. Thanks. And have a good night or a good day, depending on what time it is, wherever you are on the planet. Ciao.